Yes, in last video we have started with the relation, and I told whatever we have done in 11th class, I've revised that. And after that, I told you that this year there is a slight change in the relation. Earlier we were having relation R from A to B. That was two sets given to you. But this time they want the relation to be taken from A to A. That means R is a relation on set A. They will say only R is a relation on set A. One set will be given and relation is on defined on that set A. That set A means it will go from A to A. So R is a relation on set A if and only if R is a subset of A cross A. Because earlier what I've done, R is a relation from A to B, then R is a subset of A cross B. Now it is R is a relation on set A, so therefore R is a subset of A cross A. So keep in mind now the relation will be going to define only on single set, and now we are taking one by one type of relations. So here it is type of relations. In type of relations, first relation is empty relation. For example, we'll say set A having element 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in this case, one thing is clear, when you go relation, it will be a subset of A cross A. So A cross A, you know how to calculate. A cross A means what? That will be all possible order pairs. First will be 1, 1, then comes 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, then comes 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, then comes out to be 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. Then comes 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4 and 4, 5. And then comes 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5. This will be the complete A cross A. And when you think about relation on A means it will be a subset of A cross A. Now in what case subset means it can have two element, it can have one element, maybe it is not having an element, empty set will be there as a subset always. Set itself will be a subset. So we will say now we are going to take relation. First is void relation. Void relation means what we say as phi is a subset of A cross A. We know it. Phi is always a subset of A cross A. I told you R is a relation on set A if it is subset of A cross A. So if we are thinking phi is always a subset of A. So phi is subset of A. What does it mean? Phi is a relation. And as phi is a relation and as it is not having an ordered pair at all, phi is an empty set. So phi is a relation and this relation is called as void relation. Or it is empty relation. For example, I'll say relation is defined this way. R, where we are taking order pair AB, where we'll take the condition A minus B, take an example, A minus B comes out to be 12. A minus B comes out to be 12. Is there any order pair in this case which will have the difference A minus B 12? We will find no. Maximum 1 and 5, if the difference we take, that will come out to be 4 only. So we will say it will not have any order pair taken in this case, or we'll say R will be an empty relation. So this relation we call as empty relation, where we should write one more thing, AB all belongs to A. So we will say this relation will be void relation or it is called as empty relation. So no, if you take A cross A, then clearly phi is a subset of A cross A. If phi is a subset of A cross A, that means one thing is clear, phi is a relation, yes. And if phi is a relation, and as it does not have order pair, we call that relation as a empty relation or we call that as a void relation. So this will be the example also I told you that this will be an empty relation or the void relation. So first we have done. Second relation is the universal relation. What universal relation says? Universal relation means this itself will be a subset of this. If I say A cross A, always we know it is a subset of A cross A. This itself will be a subset of itself. That means what you will say, A cross A will be another relation. And then if this A cross A complete behave as a relation, we call this as a universal relation. So a relation R, if coming equal to A cross A, complete Cartesian product, then we will say yes, it will be a universal relation. Another example I'll say R, it's AB, where modulus of A minus B always comes greater than or equal to 0, where A and B belongs to A. Now if you take any two members here, their difference modulus you are taking. So as you are taking modulus, it never come out to be negative case. So we will say in this case, this complete set will be behaving as a R. Because 1 minus 1, 0, yes, it can be equal to 0 also. 1 minus 2, difference is minus 1, but when you are taking modulus, it will be plus. 1 minus 3, again it's 2. So every time it is coming positive, we will say, yes, this is coming equal to A cross A. And if it comes A cross A, yes, this relation will be called as universal relation. So one relation I told you, void relation, another we called as universal relation. Then next one is called identity relation. Second one first I told void relation, null relation, or we'll say empty relation. Another is the universal relation, that is the complete relation we have. And third one we have now taken as identity relation. Identity relation is a relation in which you will find that each and every element should relate with itself only. Identity relation, what it says, it is a relation on A is said to be identity relation if each element of set A relate with itself only. Means how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means now the relation should have such a condition that each and every element must relate with itself. Means one can relate with one only. Here in this case, if I say this is the Cartesian product, and from this if I take 1 relates with 1, so one order pair will come 1, 1. Then we'll take 2, 2. Then come 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. If this way we have a relation R, then it will be called as identity relation. What is the condition I told you? In identity relation, each and every element should relate with itself only. Means one cannot relate with any other element except one. 2 can relate only with 2, not other one. 3 can relate only with 3. 4 can relate with 4 only. 5 can relate with 5 only. But if you say this one, no. If 5, 5 we are not taking, then we will say no, it is not identity, because it's must that each and every element should relate. On set A is said to be identity if each element of set A relate with itself only. Every element must relate with itself. Then we will call this relation is identity relation. Example you can take AB, where A is equal to B, where A and B belongs to set A. Then clearly A equal to B, when you say only 1, 1 will be a member, 2, 2 will be a member, 3, 3 will be a member, 4, 4 will be a member, 5, 5 will be a member. So we will say yes, this relation come out to be identity relation. So I told you void relation, then I told universal relation, then we have told identity relation. Now coming on next relation. reflexive relation. What this relation says, a relation on set A is said to be reflexive relation. If each element of set A relate with itself, if each element of set A must relate with itself, that is a condition only. I am not saying. So there is a slight difference in the identity relation and reflexive relation. In identity relation, I told you each and every element should relate, but relate with itself. If there are 5 elements, so there will be 5 possibilities are there, that 1 will relate with 1, 2 will relate with 2, 3 will relate with 3, 4 will relate with 4, 5 will relate with 5. No extra, no less. All 5 members will come and no extra must be there. But when we say it is a reflexive relation, I told that relation should be such a way that each and every element must relate with itself. Each and every element of set A must relate with itself. It is must relate with itself, means 1 should be there, 2 should be there, 3 should be there, 4 should be there, 5 should be there. Something extra, 1 relates with 3 also, 1 relates with 5, no problem for us. So in that case, we will say the relation you will be having minimum these elements: 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. This is must. If you take only this much, it is called identity. But in this case, if it is reflexive, this is the condition we should have, as well as some more elements can be there. Means this 5 minimum condition must be there. If something extra goes, we are not bothered about it. If one relate with some other element also, we are not bothered about it. But must condition is that each and every element must relate with itself. That is a must condition, means 5 element will be always there. Because this has 5 elements, so 5 element will be there. If something extra comes, we are not bothered about it in reflexive. So in reflexive, all element must relate with itself. That is a must condition. Any extra, no bother. So we will say this relation is said to be reflexive relation. Example we can take. R is a relation AB where A is greater than or equal to B. A and B belongs to set A. Now check. A is greater than B, equal to B also. A should be greater than B or equal. So this cannot be, this is possible. 1, 1. 1, 2 you can't take, because 1 cannot be greater than this. 1, 3 you can't take. 1, 4 you can't take. 1, 5 you can't take. 2, 1 you have to take, because 2 is greater than 1. 2, 2 must be taken. Yes. 2, 3 you can't take. 2, 4 you can't take. 2, 5 you can't take. 3, 1 you can't take. 3, 2 you can't take. 3, 3 must be taken. Then 3, 4 you can't take. 3, 5 you can't take. Then comes 4, 1. One more thing left here. Sorry. This is 3, 1 you have not taken. After 2, 2 you can't take this. Then comes 3, 1, because 3 is greater than 1. 3, 2 can be there. 3, 3 can be there. 3, 4 cannot be there. 3, 5 cannot be there. Then 4, 1 is yes, always there. 4, 2 will be there. 4, 3 will be there. And 4, 4 will be there. 4, 5 should not be there. Then comes 5, 1. Yes, it is there. 5, 2. Yes, it is there. 5, 3. It is there. 5, 4. It is there. And 5, 5 is also. So this relation, when you take, is it reflect identity relation? No, because in identity only these 5 elements must be there: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But is it reflexive? Yes, because in this case, what we are finding, each and every element is relating with itself. That is must. Some extra element are also there, so we will say yes. This relation is said to be reflexive relation. Is this clear? Next relation which we are taking is symmetric relation. Yes, next relation is one more thing left here. Refractive relation, if you want to take as a definition in words, I told you another definition also mathematical you can take. R is reflexive on A. R is reflexive on A if and only if A belongs to R for all A belongs to A. Means every A for all A should be in the relation set. Then we will say yes, it is a reflexive relation. Now coming on symmetric relation. This is another set I have taken now. A is 1, 2, 3. A cross A is this. Now we want symmetric relation. So a relation R is said to be symmetric if and only if what it says AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R for all A and B belongs to set A. This is the condition we have. What it says, our relation R is said to be symmetric if AB is a member of R, then BA must be there. Means if I am writing a relation R from this pair, because A cross A, so we are taking the subsets of it. So when you think about it, if I include 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, can you revise it? What relation it will be? If you take this one, it will be identity. Okay. If something extra I'll take, for example, 1, 2 I'll take. Then this whole will become what? This will become reflexive. Now we are concerned about symmetric relation. What the symmetric relation says that if you have A and B two elements belongs to R, then BA must be there. 1, 1 is there, its reverse is always there. 2, 2 is there, BA its reverse is there. 3, 3 is there, yes. But here what you find 1 and 2 is there, then there must be 2, 1. If 1, 2 is not there, we are not considering 2, 1. But if 1, 2 is there, 2, 1 has to be there. If 1, 3 is there, then 3, 1 has to be there. So this is must condition. If any pair like this comes, its reverse must be there. By the way, if this is there, then we will say yes, one element has the pair, but other is not having the pair. Then we will say no, it is not symmetric. If I take 3, 1 here, yes, it will be symmetric. So now this total come out to be a symmetric relation. What symmetric relation says that if you take any two members from this set, if they are related, their reverse must be there. If I say 1 and 2 are related, then 2, 1 must be there. If 2, 3 are related, 3, 2 must be there. By the way, 2, 3 is not there, then we are not concerned about 3, 2. If 1, 2 is there, 2, 1 has to be there. So this will be called as symmetric relation. In next video, I will be taking another type of relation. That is reflexive. Symmetric we have done. Next one will be transitive.